Hey everybody, how's it going this week? Lots to talk about. There's 5 Wednesdays in July, which means usually there's not a lot of comics. This week is chock full. I'm anticipating maybe next week when San Diego Comic-Con comes around, there's not many releases. But let's get on with it. Reaver, #1 from Skybound, the little property that Kirkman owns. This book is written by Justin Jordan and Rebecca Isaacs does the artwork. Justin Jordan is the author of Strange Tales of Luther Strode. If you ever heard of Luther Strode, it's very visceral, very cool book from Image. Another Image #1 is Unearth from Cullen Bunn. Has a lot of cool horror stuff. Another property owned by him. It should be pretty interesting. Here's the variant cover. Back in stock, not damaged. Art Germs variant cover for Black Cat #1. Tons of printing mistakes on this cover. We do have a nice chunk in, so if you missed it the first time, it's back on the shelf. Just in time for Black Cat #2 with a cover by J. Scott Campbell. Moving on with some Marvel, some Secret Warps crossover events on their annuals. This is Weapon Hex. It's part 2. I do have some subscribers wanting to get the whole storyline for this. And here is the variant by Carlos Pacheco. This is essentially the epilogue to War of the Realms. If you guys have been reading that series, it was fantastic. Had a nice ending to it. This is the Omega issue. Lots of things changed for Thor, so if you're interested in all that, we got some copies here. And here's a very cool variant for that same issue. Here's some follow-ups to War of the Realms. Avengers taking their victory lap with Mephisto in the background, so I wonder what he's up to. And here's the big issue of Thor 15, which starts the last story arc for Jason Aaron, who's been on this book forever. Lots of big stuff going on with Thor, like I said, so you need to check that out. Here's a cool new mini from Marvel, Invisible Woman, written by Mark Waid. Awesome cover by Adam Hughes. This is a 1 in 25 variant. It's going to be priced a little higher than cover price, but very cool indeed. And here is another variant by someone I don't know. Savage Sword of Conan, #7. And I don't know why this didn't come in last week, but here is some variants for Doom Patrol #1, which we sold out. So here's a variant, and hopefully there'll be a couple of those. We got about 7 of those for the shelf, so. There, that's a little better. Miles Morales is a pretty cool cover. Feels like straight out of the movie. If you haven't seen that movie, get on it. And looks like the last issue of Naomi #6. This book is insanely crazy. The #1 graded at a 9.8, it's like $400 online. A lot of people trying to figure out why. Oblivion Song, one of the only 2 books that Robert Kirkman writes at this moment. This has been property for a movie, I believe. Very cool story. So we'll have this out tomorrow. And Flash Year 1. Another part 5 coming out. Lots of good things I'm hearing about that. Brian Michael Bendis writing a Batman story. It's about time. These are compiled from all the Walmart exclusives that were released this past year, and they're compiling it back into books for retail. Batman the Outsiders #3, which was a nice success off the shelf. Sells out the last 2 issues. This is issue 3. It's a cool new title coming out called Weapon Plus, Wolverine and Captain America. Never thought I'd see Captain America wearing a weapon program helmet, but be interested to see what happens there. Detective 1007. Spectre saying he is vengeance, and Batman saying he's the knight. Very slick looking variant. Another facsimile this week. If you ever wanted to own X-Men #1 for $4, here's your chance. Making a big return, Peter Milligan and Mike Allred's Ecstatic, doing a giant size one-shot. Highly touted book. A lot of people enjoyed this book back in the day. And here is that variant. Excuse me. Very cool miniseries, Wolverine versus Blade. We haven't seen Blade in a while. He showed up in Avengers recently. Wolverine wearing his X-Force gear. Sounds like it'd be a fun time. A very cool looking variant for that as well. This book has been picking up steam off the shelf. Symbiote Spider-Man. A look of the past of some untold tales of Spider-Man in the black costume. A Ron Lim variant. Very cool. Here, lots of talk about this series from Dark Horse, Black Hammer, and now it's being crossed over with Justice League. Every single subscriber we have on Black Hammer absolutely loves it. So hopefully some more readers pick this up with a nice Justice League crossover. The writer of this book is Jeff Lemire. Here's another variant. Jeff Lemire also writes Gideon Falls right now. It's another variant. And the fourth variant. Tom King's run on Batman starting to slow down, getting to his end. This is issue 74. This is the prelude to City of Bane. Very nice variant. We're like halfway done. Let's stretch out and get this other pile. This is a surprise off the shelf, Event Leviathan. Very cool stuff going on there. Compiling of looks like Plastic Man, Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Lois Lane on a superhero team. And is that? This is Event Leviathan 2's variant, and is that Red Hood? I'm really interested what's going on here. Now we got the Year of the Villain cardstock variants, and it's a really cool variants this week. We have right off the bat art germ by Catwoman. I believe this might be one of the last variants that art germ is doing for Catwoman. And then we have Red Hood. I say Ra's al Ghul. Some people say Ra's al Ghul. It's your choice. And this thing keeps zooming out. Zooming in. There we go. Superman 13 with Lois Lane. Justice League Odyssey number 11. Hawkman 14. Very cool one. Sweet looking Supergirl 32. And on to some true believers, some dollar classics from Marvel. Venom vs. Carnage. And a reprint of Amazing 361, the first appearance of Carnage. That's a gotta get right there. Which flows nicely into Venom. Donny Cates makes his return. Issue 16. He took a little break. Which leads into Carnageized variants. Venom 16. By Ron Lim, that's what I thought. Great looking Avengers variant. Very cool Thor variant. This one took me a second to realize what's going on, but pretty sweet looking Mary Jane taking over the Carnage symbiote in the Amazing Spider-Man 25 variant. And probably the best variant I've seen in quite some time. Mark Brooks doing Black Cat number 2. Black Cat taking off the Carnage helmet as the symbiote is all over her body. Very cool. Mark Brooks is a heck of an artist. Please, my last book this week. Amazing Spider-Man reached its 25th issue of this volume, which is like the 19th volume. It's a $7.99 book. Art by Ryan Ottley, finally. Written by Nick Spencer. And we have a few variants for that. Looks to be Alex Saviak. Here's a cool looking variant. And another variant. Almost done, guys. And a blank one for your favorite artist. All right, guys. That's it this week. Hope to see you tomorrow. If you got any questions, leave us some comments below. And if you guys want us to save anything, also leave us a comment below. We'll hook you up. And if I don't get to it tonight, I'll definitely get to it tomorrow. So if you got anything else, guys, give us a shout. Send us an email. Give us a like. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.